So if you were locked in at a crazy low interest rate and you are not moving anytime soon, we have 5 amazing renovations to freshen up your home. Hey guys, Gretchen.hamm with Leanne and Company, brokered by EXP. I'm here with my good friend Crystal of Just Call Crystal.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
So as the name indicates, all you need to do if you have anything you want to do in your house is you just call Crystal and she can take care of it.
That's right.
But today we're going to talk about 5 things you can do to improve your home if you are going to be planning on staying there for a while.
Yep.
So the first thing we're going to start with is how can we improve our half bath or a powder bath?
Okay. So powder bath is a fun space to add some personality. One of the things that we're seeing a lot of lately is the use of wallpaper
So fun.
and some bold color. So whether or not you want to just pick a fun bold color, put that in there and really play around with your accessories, with your light, your mirror, things like that. You can really play with that quite a bit. And then if you want to up the ante just a little bit in terms of cost, installing wallpaper is always a really fun idea. It's unexpected, and it's a way to have some fun in your home without feeling like you are fully committing to a
I
large
was going to say a
space.
big commitment.
You're just peppering it in, and so maybe
I love no commitments in case you don't know that.
so wallpaper in a bathroom, bold color, that's always a really great way to
I love a good like geometric print on a wallpaper.
and your dress too.
Yeah. I dress like how I decorate my house.
That is actually a common thing, actually.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So next on the ladder, number 2, to freshen up your house if you're going to be there for a while. And interestingly, we have this on another list, but number 2 is kitchen backsplash.
Yeah, backsplash is always a really nice way to finish out your kitchen. And so while it may not necessarily be a super heavy ticket item as far as expense, it can actually be a little bit more wide scope of a project. So for example, you could just simply swap out your backsplash, which is always a great update. But if you are going to be staying there for a while, a lot of times people are maybe doing some other changes in their kitchen too. Maybe they're adding a hood vent. They might be changing out some lighting, and that's a fun way with tile where you might want to take the tile up around a window. You might want to tile to the ceiling behind a backsplash. You could also take it one step further and add maybe drop a pendant light over the sink is a fun way. And those kind of go hand in hand with the backsplash project because you've already got the installer working in the kitchen and it's a little electrical on the side. So adding like a sconce or a little light in addition to the backsplash. I think also important to point out is the backsplash, depending on the material that you select, could be anything from a simple subway tile all the way up to a really nice marble. You could even add in some detail with like the trim, a bull nose, for example, is going to be a little bit more pricey. So you can, a backsplash can be definitely a very nice addition to your kitchen.
Well, and even what kind of grout you use, right? Like even a white subway tile. I put in, for instance, gray grout because I had some gray veins in my countertops, right? And a white is going to look much fresher, and then a black is going to make it pop and give it more of a grid feel.
Yeah, well, and it's a fun way to play into any existing trends that you might already have. If you live in a home that's a little bit more rustic or farmhouse, you can certainly play around with a darker charcoal gray grout and really kind of play into that aesthetic. So
are the glass tiles, I love the glass tiles.
Glass tile, one thing to keep in mind about glass is that it is a little bit more expensive to install, but it's a really fun way, and it's really actually a very beautiful way to bring in an added layer to your kitchen by using light. The light is going to bounce off of the glass in a really pretty way. And so sometimes if you have a simple kitchen layout, I'll recommend to clients using a glass as a way to just layer in some interest. The light from any windows that comes in can kind of dance off of the subway, and it's just really pretty. So a little bit more expensive. You need a little bit more in terms of extra waste potentially, depending on who's cutting the tile. But yeah, glass is always a really pretty option.
So our number 3 on our top 5 list here is lighting. And as we get older, lighting is more and more important. So talk to me about lighting, Crystal.
So lighting, again, if you're going to be staying in your home for a while, I think lighting is a very interesting way to add to the style of your home, and keep up with trends. So obviously, we're seeing a slightly larger, oversized scale in terms of island
Mm-hmm.
pendants. Your foyer light
Mm-hmm.
is a really nice welcome to people who enter your home to kind of get a feel of what they're in store for in terms of your decor. Um, there's a lot of really beautiful finishes out there right now. People are playing around with finishes and doing a little bit of contrasting their light finishes with any decor finishes, or just finishing items in their kitchen. For example, if you've
Mm-hmm.
got a you want to mix some golds and chromes or golds and blacks, it's a fun way, an easy way to add some style and bring your home up to date.
And one thing, and I recently did this at my home, was I got LED, recessed lights installed with dimmers.
Yes.
And when I actually had first gotten some lights installed, I didn't do the dimmer. And then when I got more installed, I had them go back and do the dimmer. So talk to me about how fantastic, I mean, they've just upgraded so much since,
Yeah,
the, I guess, 90s can
definitely.
recessed lights to now.
Yeah, definitely. So if you have recessed lights in your home right now, you may have the older version where it's a canned light, and a lot of times that casts a little bit of a shadow. Even if the light bulb is bright, it still casts a shadow just because of the mechanism that the bulb, is set in. And now what we're seeing is a lower profile LED where it's almost like a hockey puck. If you think of it
Mm-hmm.
like that, it's a very thin light, and it's going to sit up in the ceiling. It's going to eliminate shadows. A lot of times they also have a adjustment on the back of them where you can
Like
adjust.
settings, right? Like the color
Mm-hmm.
tone of the,
Yep.
yeah.
And that's really, I had a client, she was very upset because the light bulb was not the color that she wanted, and they all needed to be replaced. And we said, no, 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 it's just an adjustment. So the adjustment is really the updated version of buying a new bulb. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to buy a new bulb. All you have to do is switch the setting on the back.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're going to save a little bit on your energy bills, electrical bills,
Yeah.
and just
And just have a lot of
make it nice
control
and
over your
clean.
lighting, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
of course.
we're in a townhouse, so our living room it's also our movie room, it's our entertaining room, it's all different things, right?
Yep.
So to be able to have that ability to manipulate your light sources
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
fantastic. Okay, so now we move into some bigger projects. So
Yeah.
what sells houses? What keeps you in a house? What makes you happy in a house? Kitchens and baths.
Yes.
So let's start with kitchens.
Okay. So, kitchen remodel, I think, is a very scary subject for a lot of people. They instantly think that they have to gut the whole kitchen, and
And spend
yeah,
$100,000.
if it's going to, break the bank, and the kids aren't going to college, and, all that. But I think it's a really wide term for just generally updating your kitchen. It can go anywhere from refreshing existing cabinetry. If the integrity of the cabinetry is intact and is a good cabinet, and all you're really trying to do is change the color, refinishing it is great. Properly done, it will withstand for many, many years, and will be, if it's done correctly. So it could be anything from refreshing kitchen cabinetry and countertops, backsplash, all that, all the way to maybe replacing the existing cabinets with new. You obviously have some opportunity there to change the layout of the space. And then you could take it even further to a full gut where you're pulling out some walls and really playing around significantly with the floor plan. So I think something to keep in mind, though, in terms of updating your kitchen, is there are lots of trends on social media where you might feel the need that, like, if I update, I have to have this or that. And I think it's really important to make sure that you're remodeling to what feels right for you.
Mhm.
A classic white kitchen is never going out of style. Doesn't mean you can't still be trendy and have fun. You can play around with personality, with color on the walls or in a backsplash. Doesn't necessarily have to mean a gray island, for example.
Yeah.
It can still be white, and it can
Yeah.
So there's varying degrees of what a kitchen remodel means. And I think it's important to speak to your realtor or a design professional who can really guide you to help figure out what fits your home, the value of the home, as well as your budget and what makes sense for
Yeah,
the
your
client.
family, your budget, your home, and you don't want to you don't want to put $100,000 kitchen into a $400,000
Yeah,
townhouse.
probably
You're
not.
not going to see that money back. And I think the faucets have just gotten so fun and sexy
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Like I have like a pull down, like restaurant style. It's black, and it makes me happy every day.
Yeah. There's a lot of really fun trends that I don't think have to actually look trendy. Like I think can still look very classic, and faucets, speaking of, lots of different design styles, and color choices,
Yeah.
combinations of colors, even. And there's even some that are like, I saw one the other day that was like a Bluetooth faucet.
Oh my
Why
gosh.
you would need to turn your faucet on when you're not home, I don't know. But,
I don't
anyway,
know, but
getting the water ready
speaking
too.
of Bluetooth, we actually when we redid our bathroom, we have a Bluetooth in our exhaust fan for music, a speaker.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
cool.
my 13-year-old son just thinks that is like the most amazing feature ever. So it brings us to our final category, which is bathroom remodel. So like the kitchen, this can mean so much and be varying degrees of things, but an amazing primary bathroom is so important to selling a house and enjoying your house.
Absolutely.
But we're seeing some different things. So tell me about what you're seeing now in the market.
Yeah, absolutely. I think having a really nice, luxurious bathroom is something that everybody is a draw. So if you are looking at a bathroom remodel, I think we're seeing lots of clients opt for larger footprints in the shower, updating their plumbing. They, obviously want to change out the shower fixtures, but you can also maybe go one step further and add like a rain head. Could be fun. We're also seeing most people remove the large tub decks. You remember the old tub decks
Yeah.
that I swear I've hit my knee so many times on, but pulling those out. And again, like if you have the space, putting in a freestanding tub, especially if you're in a home where the price point warrants, where someone's going to expect to have a tub. I that is a that's a subject I think that needs to be kicked around with a realtor to find out, one, if you're actually going to use it. Freestanding tubs are this interesting topic because I think people feel like if they are they need to have a tub in their master, and that's not always the case. I think having a tub
Yeah, I
somewhere.
would definitely agree. If you're in any sort of home that would have, small children or pets at some point, I think having one tub in the home is important. But
Yeah.
we are certainly seeing many, many primary baths completely not have a tub and have, two sinks,
Yeah.
potentially a separate, toilet room
Mm-hmm.
and massive showers.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely seeing a lot of showers and larger vanities. I mean, you can, do a nice large 72-inch vanity or even larger, and just really having a nice space for everybody to move around and get ready in the morning. And then obviously, if you've got the space for a freestanding tub, that's the added bonus, to make it feel extra luxurious and spa-like. So,
Yeah.
which is what I would love to have. So,
Oh my gosh, me too. Okay, so those are our top five, and we have a bonus, which is flooring. So talk to me about what you would bonus out on flooring.
So flooring, I think, is a big topic. But for people who've been in a home for a while and maybe they have the old, Bruce hardwood, and it's maybe got a stain that's a little outdated, that sort of the honey orange color stain. They want to bring that up to date. There's a few ways you can tackle that. You can obviously do a sand and finish, which is not always it's a little bit of a messy project to live through, but can definitely be worthwhile in terms of updating your home. Getting rid of that color alone makes a massive impact. But then in addition to that, updating your flooring in general, updating your carpets, updating, um, if you've got carpet in a basement, updating to some really nice LVP. And LVP has come such a long way. A lot of times you're not even able to tell a nicer quality LVP from an engineered floor. So just in general, the floor is such a large canvas for your home
Mm-hmm.
that bringing that color up to date, bringing the width of the plank a little bit more current is, I think, more desirable from
Yeah.
what we're seeing in clients.
Awesome. On flooring, do you have any go-to rug shopping outlets you like or stores?
Rugs. So my dirty little secret is I actually love Wayfair. So
Mhm.
we actually find a fair bit of our rugs on Wayfair.
My rugs are from Wayfair too. We did not actually even talk about this off
No, they've got
camera.
some great rugs, and I think knowing the material that you're looking for is the key to finding a good rug.
Yeah.
Not just looking at the design, but knowing what you're purchasing in terms of the material. And if you do that, you can pretty much find anything or similar patterned rugs that you might find at a you know, your favorite store, whether it's Ballard or West Elm or
Hmm.
Restoration Hardware, whatever it is, you
Yeah.
go in and just, but yeah, so Wayfair is kind of my dirty little secret.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love it. You heard it here first. Okay. Well, thank you, Crystal, so much.
Of course.
This was so fun to do. So we hope that these help you. And if you are thinking about any of these projects and you need an amazing quarterback designer, just call Crystal.
That's right.
Thanks, guys. Gretchen Ham with Leanne and Company. And you know, I always get it done. Bye.